Genji 2 is an action game which is based on Japanese history. Being based on history, the stages of the game will also be based on famous battles which actually took place in ancient Japan. So here's this giant enemy crab.
Yeah, I'm afraid of every new game, man. Every time I start up something new, you can see it on my Steam thing. Fliz started playing this. Fliz started playing this. Fliz started, my PC just that's it.
The vrr is fine. The after is the bad part.
I mean, okay, it's not like my engine dropping out of my car. But it does just shut off. It doesn't give me a blue screen. It doesn't warn me. No, nothing pops up. Everything stops working and then it just shuts down. I don't know if that's supposed to happen. I don't know if it's skipping some steps here.
That sounds like an overheat, but that's like immediate.
Yeah, that's what you described it perfectly. It feels like my PC's overheating, but it's within 5 seconds of starting a game. I don't know.
But yeah, it shutting straight off, no crash or anything, is probably worse than a blue screen.
I know. What can I do about it, man?
You can get that old Alienware PC you had again.
No.
Sound like a jet engine.
I couldn't believe that. It was too loud for me to stream with. It was picking it up on the microphone.
The fucking when you started up RoboCop, I could hear your computer start to die, and you went.
Dude, RoboCop is so strong.
Like, did you get some? Did you get some burn?
You went like, what the hell is that? And just like it hanged on that sound for a little bit and then cut out. Just dropped.
You had the audio chug and everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, that fits because I never know what the hell's happening. And speaking of not knowing what the hell's happening, welcome to episode 25 of the Giant Enemy Crab podcast. Yay. Thank you for being here today. You got to stop that. You're about to fight. You're about to fight, man. Give me some enthusiam.
Yay.
Fucking soon. There we go. I love it, Soon. Thank you so much for joining by.
Oh my god.
I can't. There's two other guys, Kyler and Strider. We're going. It's news time. Kyler, go.
What is news time?
Hey man, if I gotta jump over Roblox, I'm just gonna plow through them and get to where I'm going. So go with the news.
That's fair. This just in. Roblox. Blocks under 13-year-olds from DMing others.
Oh, that's like the whole so they just removed DMing from Roblox, huh?
They did a few things. So this is all coming from an IGN article, and I swear every time Roblox does this, I'm still surprised. I'm like, how was this not already a thing? But yeah, they have now put security measures in place to ensure that anyone under the age of 13 is not able to directly message or broadcast to other people. And this is all like controlled by parents under their parental controls. I don't know how that was not already in place, but even Twitch has that. I'm pretty sure like
parents to actually like do it though.
But usually it's on by default or something. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Yeah. And I'm not saying how effective this is, but usually it's there at least.
If it's required that the parents do something, this is going to be about 0.2, like it's the 2.5% effective. Like nobody's doing that.
It is a default setting.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That works.
That's a lot. That's a lot more effective than being like, hey, parent your kid.
Hopefully. In addition to that, they're also making it so any users under the age of 9 can only access games with a certain content label that I don't know what the labels actually mean, but they say it's minimal or mild, and that you need parental consent to access more moderate and above content. So they're still doing stuff.
Yeah, they're going even heavier, like harder with because we talked about something like that last time where if you're like 13 or under, you can only play modes that have gone like through like a questionnaire or whatever.
Yeah, so there's more safety features now for kids that parents should be able to utilize to help protect them. I still can't believe this is a whole thing. Like, if anyone had even heard of this, you'd be so sketched to even like let your kids play this game. At least that's what I would think. What do you think, Fliz? Because your kid plays Roblox, right?
She loves the shit out of Roblox, man. It makes me sad to hear this stuff. Because I keep pretty close tabs on her when she's using it, and I limit her usage and stuff. And I'm not afraid to say I've gone through like her messages and shit on there. Like I just double check because she ain't doing nothing bad. I'm just making sure she's safe, right?
Yeah.
And even then there's tons of parents who do less than that, which is like the bare minimum. So I don't know, to hear that it's all like, because I've not actually seen any of that, and she knows to bring it to my attention if anything weird happens on there. And so far so good. But I know it's only a matter of time from all the articles we've seen in the past couple months about how terrible Roblox is. I don't know. They love it. All her friends play.
Maybe you won't though if they're implementing all these security measures.
No, go for it. I mean, I'm not gonna I would never fight back against any of that.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I mean, like you might not. It might be less of a worry.
Yeah, good. I want my kid to have an enjoyable time. I don't want her. I won't have to worry. Like while she's in my own house, I have to worry about her being safe. Yeah. That's crazy.
You don't have to like police everything.
Yeah, man. We're already so afraid to like let kids be like when I was. Yeah, never mind. That's a whole different thing.
no, you're be careful.
Keep going.
I was going to show you. Yeah, the street lights came on. We had to be home.
Uphill both ways.
Uphill both ways.
You had to go to bed because the TV just turned off. There wasn't anything on.
Kind of. There was Nick at Night, and it ruined everything.
They're going pretty hard with this because I don't think this is out yet. But they say in the coming months, what they're going to be introducing is also restricted content you cannot access until you verify your age of at least 17 by uploading a selfie and a picture of a government issued ID. So you need to prove that you're 17 or older.
Huh. Damn.
So, like, again, I don't hate that because I don't think people that old should be playing Roblox considering it's all under 13s.
Yeah.
Like the more hoops, the better.
Yeah. Do you think that'll reduce the older player base because they won't want an actual face tied to the fucking kid?
Dude, how come I've never thought of that? Where there's like, you're so worried about kids. Like, why aren't there games that are strictly for little kids that adults do not have like access to? I mean, I assume it'd be hard, but this is like
because
a step in that
sound
direction.
like it'd be profitable.
Yeah, I don't know. Kids spend money all the time. That's what they do.
Yeah, but generally the games that they're spending money on, typically it's like meant for like teens and adults.
I don't know. I don't know if anything I've seen on Roblox is meant for teens and adults.
I don't know. I don't really pay much attention to it. So.
I mean, at least it's something that's good. I don't see how this could really hurt anyone, to be honest with you. It's just more annoying to actually get to play the game if you are doing that content and 17 or older, because you got to upload your picture and the picture of your ID. It's just kind of whatever. Like, I don't see why this would be a big issue. So far, it doesn't seem to be.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like if people do have an issue with having to do it, then I don't know. Do they have like what word am I looking for here? Do they have like malicious intent then in the first place? Because really, who the fuck cares if you have to just upload your picture? If your intentions were fine, then why would it matter? You can continue playing Roblox. Like
Probably wouldn't, unless, for whatever reason you don't have access to a government issued ID. That's about it.
You're an immigrant.
I think there's going to be a lot of backlash over that.
Oh no, there totally will be.
Now, because when you think about how many grown ass men are out there playing Minecraft every day, I mean, Roblox is kind of different. It's more social, in my opinion, and it's not like they're different games, but they exist in the same sphere. Yeah, there's probably a lot of adults that play Roblox. Now, I hate this. I don't know. This is weird.
The real question is like, is the information you upload going to be public? And also, how comfortable are people going to be giving Roblox a picture of them and also their government ID card? That's really like the only question to me. Like, if a game asked me for that, I just say, no, I'm not going to play this. That's too much work. that's how it would go down. But I remember when Overwatch 2 was releasing, remember they did all those restrictions saying you'd had to upload like your phone number.
Oh yeah.
And it had to be a certain carrier, else you couldn't play ranked, like stuff like that, to kind of preserve the rank integrity. And they ran into a bunch of issues with that too. People hated it.
Yeah, Call of Duty just made me answer a text message last night.
Wait, what?
Like, yeah, dude, I had to give Call of Duty my phone number to play to play a game.
Yeah.
Like, I got kicked out of the game, and when I booted it back up, it's like, we need to verify it's you, so give us a phone. That's okay. And I did, because I'm a moron.
Seems stupid.
Whatever. It is. I don't. It didn't even really tell me why. It just said, we need to text you. We need to slide into those DMs real quick. Hold up.
Now they have your phone number, Flizz. They know where you are.
That's okay. I'm not hiding. Come at me, Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Hopefully this ends up being pretty effective, and I want to see the reaction to how that the government issued ID thing will work, and whether their player base will actually go down. Because so far they've had this quarter the highest they've ever had for active users, which is at 88 million. So once that goes, I wonder what their player numbers are actually going to get dipped down to. I wonder who's still going to play the game.
The thing is, like, gamers throw a fit when you start a game and a different launcher pops up. Like,
yeah,
deservedly so.
Like, they've been asking to go find wherever the fuck they probably misplaced their government ID and upload that with a selfie. That's like 14 steps too many for them.
Yeah,
like if it was if it was a game that they should be playing, yeah, I don't know if adults should be playing Roblox. I'm gonna just say it. Like, it's weird to me that, like, there's a million other things to do. That place is full of children. Go do something else.
Oh, so we'll see how that goes. Steam, though, has also been implementing some new rules, and these are kind of in the interest of consumers, where they're changing the rules on how season passes have to go down on their storefront. And this is pretty interesting because they're now mandating developers that if they have a season pass that promises future DLC or content, you can't just say, hey, there's future stuff to come, but if you buy our season pass, we'll tell you what it is in like a year. They're saying, no, you can't do that. That's
okay.
Stop that.
I've been super sick of that happening. What was the last one? Like, we were looking at, it was, what I thought it was weird for was the Space Marines game.
Oh, Space Marines.
Because I saw you guys. Yeah, I saw you guys had that, and then I was looking, and there's like a battle pass and all this stuff, and I asked you guys, like, are you guys really going to be playing this every day? Like, is it that kind of game? And nobody said yes. Yeah. I was like, okay, this is a little weird then. That's just the latest example, so I'm glad they're getting rid of that.
So from now on, you have to have a basic description of the content that's included in each DLC from now on, right? So you have to say what it is. You don't have to be super specific. Like, you don't need like stats of the weapons that are coming up or whatever. You know, it's kind of crazy. But you need something that is somewhat acceptable and reasonable. In addition, you have to have a complete list of all the DLC included in the pass. So you can't change over time or anything. You also cannot sell the season pass unless there's already at least one DLC released in it. With the only exception being if the season pass is included in like a pre-release or deluxe edition. So you can't just sell a season pass that literally has nothing inside of it standalone.
Good.
It's kind of weird that you could just do that. You know, I never really thought about that. You could just buy something that has literally no value yet. But now they're saying, they have to get something when they buy it. And then finally, every DLC that you have in the season pass must have an expected release quarter. So that's like a month attached to a year, like a month range attached to
like
a year.
A deadline.
Essentially, yeah. It must have some kind of deadline for every DLC in the season pass.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, Steam's been revamping a lot of their stuff lately. They're staying current. I like it.
Yeah.
You're kind of looking at things and saying, hey, we need to We need to move forward with the industry. Good for them. I like Steam. Please stay good, Steam.
Dude, Gabe does it all right. I swear to God. I don't know how, but he always feels like he's in the right.
He needs his 7th mega yacht.
Pretty much. But that's not even where it gets crazy, because here's like the really kind of juicy part is if you delay or cancel a DLC in a season pass, what happens? And Steam is now saying, here's what's going to happen. So the developer, I should say, is allowed to delay a DLC for up to a quarter, 3 months beyond the original release window you promised. After that, Valve will take action and including maybe removing the entire season pass from Steam, and also work towards paying a refund to the customers for the amount of value lost of whatever was canceled.
Dang. So have you guys ever experienced any of this malarkey, I guess, before, where you like were waiting on a season pass that just never came to fruition?
I mean, I don't know if you could have bought it, but the one that jumps to mind is the Ubisoft completely canceling the Assassin's Creed Shadow season pass.
Yep, there was
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah, true.
I just, because you guys play a lot more indie games than I do, so I was kind of curious if you guys had played because indie and early access tend to just sit there in this limbo sometimes.
Yeah,
and
well,
I think this would stop a lot of that.
early access is a bit different. I think I've never had this happen to me where like, season pass run gets canceled, but one that, is kind of famous for its major game being canceled with potential, future content is Anthem. You guys remember Anthem by BioWare?
Oh, yeah, that's a perfect example.
So that is like an example of there was stuff promised that was eventually canceled over time. And Valve is now saying, like, if you delay things by that much and you're just promising, and eventually cancel it, you better start refunding everyone for all that, because that's kind of insane. So yeah, these are some really great, like, consumer friendly restrictions on a bunch of developers and giving them more responsibility. It also may kind of sway some devs from not releasing their games on Steam. It kind of adds a bit of nervousness depending on what you promise to your players. But I think most games that release a season pass are like these very large developers. Generally, most indie devs don't use season passes very much. They just utilize early access instead, which, as far as I can tell, this does not affect.
That's one thing that kind of drives me up the wall, is the early access title. Because that's just whatever, whenever, for however.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, you see that all the time where early access games just get dropped completely. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just saying, but that's why they tell you, like, early access is like, only buy this if you're satisfied with what's currently in there.
I know, but like, what does that mean for Minecraft? Because is that fully released now? But was like 20 years of early access.
Minecraft?
Terraria is still early?
No, Minecraft.
Am I thinking of the right thing?
Minecraft has never been on Steam.
Maybe. No, I'm not talking about Steam specifically. It's fine. I'm thinking of something else.
You're talking about like its beta and alpha stages.
Yeah.
Now, Minecraft's been released for a very long time.
Yeah.
And yeah, you are right, where that was definitely a game that you bought into it when it was, in an alpha and beta stage. I remember when I went to go play it, they had a demo available though for free that you could play. So you could just see if you liked it. It was like restricted in what you could do, like very much so. But you could at least see, if it ran on your computer even, because at the time all I had was like a really bad laptop. Yeah, yep.
Minecraft having a demo is so weird to me.
Mm-hmm. It did have a demo.
I bought Minecraft back when it was in fucking in-dev.
Oh,
states.
Yeah, not me.
Like,
I bought Minecraft when I was still in high school. It feels weird.
Like, I was like checking, like, I distinctly remembered there was one moment where I was like, I was searching I searched on YouTube. I couldn't find enough Minecraft videos. I'm like, I hope eventually one day there's more videos on this game, because there was like two people I could find videos from. Like, hopefully this game gets a few more videos, because like I can't watch anything on it. Holy shit, did I not know where that was going? Like, I distinctly remember searching for Minecraft videos, like back when it was in dev, and I couldn't find too much.
You started the tide
You could have been PewDiePie.
I could have.
You could have done that.
Fucking young ass me.
You could have said the infamous words on that bridge.
Hey, he did other stuff too. I couldn't tell you what, but I know he did some other stuff.
Do you guys remember how you discovered Minecraft? Like, do you remember like what the first time you saw Minecraft, like what it was?
It was one of those YouTube videos that I was like, what is this game? And then like I tried to search more on it, and that's where I had that moment where I was like, hopefully I can find more on this game. And then I went and checked out its website, and I'm buying it.
Oh, what about you, Fliz?
No, I always thought Minecraft was some little kitty baby shit, and I never touched it until you guys kind of made me during streaming, I think, right? I never had any
We
interest. I think I
made
even
you.
owned it. Well, like, no, everybody kept talking about Minecraft. And like, you know, when you're a streamer, you go towards what your chat is talking about. Like if everybody wants to do something, you at least check it out, right? I can't remember for certain, but somebody would have had to drag me there. That much I know. Because I thought it was like whatever. And I still... No, I'm wrong. I'm so wrong. I played it. Some dude on my old friend on Call of Duty.
In the deep
my old
lore?
friend on Call of Duty. Yeah, in the deep lore. My old friend at Call of Duty. He stopped playing Call of Duty one day, and I hit him up, and I was like, "Yo, where you been at?" And he's like, "I've been playing Minecraft. I'm building these trains and shit." And I was like, "Huh, all right." And he showed me what it was, and I was like, all right, this looks dumb as fuck. I'll give it a try. And then I lost like a month of my life to it. And then I forgot all about that until I started streaming.
If that's suppressed.
Deleted it from your brain.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I've forgotten.
Just unlocked a memory for you.
Yeah. It was like I wasn't playing with anybody either. It was just me in like my room, like 20 something years old for a month, just trying to like beat the dragon or something. I don't think I got that far, but building shit.
Dude, we're dealing with fractured fliz. We got to put you back together.
Fuck.
I remember I found Minecraft because I had bought a game on Xbox 360. I think it was called Total Miner, right? Yeah.
Oh, that's
And,
a name I have not heard in a long time.
Dude, I loved that game. I loved it so much. And I remember the thing about the game was you could dig down like in a crazy amount of depth. And there were these spiders in the game that were absolutely terrifying. Like they would just scream. Like sound of a horror game, which was so baffling for like what type of game it was, because it was perfectly peaceful except for those spiders down in the mines. Mm-hmm. And I was trying to look up YouTube videos about like, you know, how do I deal with the spiders because they scare me. And I found a video about a minecart roller coaster. And I thought it was a Total Miner video. I was like, oh, you can make roller coasters? That's cool. And no, it was about Minecraft. And eventually I ended up buying Minecraft from watching that video.
Sounds like you need to go back and play Total Miner at some point.
I don't think it's around anymore.
It's on Steam.
Is it really?
It's $3. I just went and checked because I thought it was.
Oh my gosh, I might have to. I remember the one thing that baffled me, because the huge difference for me in Total Miner versus Minecraft is Minecraft had water physics even back then, but Total Miner doesn't. Well, at least they didn't. So how it would work is if you expanded water in any way, it would instantly fill whatever was below it. And you could kind of like outsmart it in the earlier days and just like completely flood the entire world.
The old sponge trick.
Yeah. Oh man, what a game. Well, that's what I had. What did you have to talk about, Jake?
All right. But before we do that, why did we get onto the Minecraft discussion? Did we finish what we were talking about? Because I completely forgot.
Yeah, we talked about it because it also went through like an alpha beta phase.
Okay. Yep,
where you bought it before release.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Another thing about Steam.
Is it because I said alpha beta phase? Is that why you're laughing, Fliz?
No, I'm just laughing because I totally forgot I'd played Minecraft.
Like completely
It has
suppressed that.
been gone from my brain. Yeah.
But Steam, apparently a US senator has urged Steam to crack down on hate on its quote unquote hate on its platform
Oh no,
because
I didn't.
what were you saying?
No, I just didn't know hate was such a big thing on the platform.
Have you read a Steam discussion forum ever?
Dude, it's bad. It's real bad.
No, I only read the reviews, and like you can look at one and go, "Oh, this guy's a moron," and he's just mad at the world half the time. You know.
Oh no,
I didn't know they were hating each other. I've never read the
No, it's
discussions or the boards.
bad.
Like they are worse than
Oh.
League Chat bad in Steam discussion forums. There's never a good reason to go there for anything even remotely popular. It's so bad. It's such a cesspool. There's straight up some of the worst discussion forums I've ever seen.
I'm ready.
Like they're
Take me
like,
there later.
Flat out calling each other slurs, flat out hate speech. It's gross.
Oh wow.
But yeah, because apparently they received a report that there is over 1 million users and 100,000 groups that are identified as either people who who have said hate speech or promote it, and hate groups in the Steam groups. And that's apparently
Wow.
what they want them to crack down on. Although the legitimacy of this report is very questionable, considering that apparently it was including things like Pepe being used as a hate icon.
That's been around for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, it did change its connotation, but I mean, there's still probably a lot of that's innocent. It's weird that I've never seen these before because I've been using Steam for quite a few years and I've just never been to are these like in the community sections or like?
Yeah, it's discussions.
Yeah, it's literally click any game in your Steam library, hit discussions, and just start browsing through those, and you'll find some very shitty.
Okay, never mind.
very shitty discussions.
Oh,
Very shitty.
No, it's fucking bad.
I always just went to the community page and it was just like Gooner art. So I left. I never really got past it. Like any of the games I went to, it was like, look at this character in a bikini. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I don't know if you noticed it too, but I always, if I ever look at those, I always see Gooner art, and then I see like it's all like Russian captions, like,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
don't
like,
look that far.
I'm just like, huh. Like apparently the Steam community pages are like a big thing in Russia.
It could be.
I always get a bunch of Chinese, is what I get online.
That too. Yeah, that too. Chinese and Russian.
Very big
Dang.
communities.
So a senator had to step in, or is trying to.
Yeah, it was U.S. Senator Mark Warner was the one who urged Steam to crack down on this.
I mean, Steam is a private practice. It's like a private corporation. I don't know if there's much he can do, but
I almost don't also see the point. It seems like a lot of work to moderate all of Steam for that. They only have 80 employees, man.
Yeah, but also like it's probably not a good look to have that on your platform.
True,
Well,
but also I, and as well as Fliz, have used Steam for like years. I didn't know that was the thing either. Like,
Yeah, just don't venture. It's like, I guess you could say it's kind of like venturing into 4chan or like the weird part of YouTube. Just don't do it.
It's also just kind of how easy it is to do.
One click away. Yeah, true.
Because like I've had to go there to see if like people were having similar issues in games that I was, like performance.
That's how I stumble upon it too. Is I did the exact same thing where I'm like, is anybody else having issues with this particular thing? And then like, yeah, you see some fucked up shit.
Hey, and then you'll see like discussions like, hey, is anyone having this issue? You should kill yourself. Cool.
That and worse. Like, oh my god.
It's so bad. But speaking of things on Steam, Microsoft Flight Simulator released, and it was a complete disaster.
oh no.
They received overwhelmingly negative reviews because two big things: game's completely broken, just doesn't work very well, tons and tons of bugs. But the big issue is with the way it's designed is that it streams all of the game assets.
Oh, you're kidding. That'd be so much. Like, your servers would crack in half.
Yeah, that's what happened. No one could play launch day.
Oh,
Literally no one could. The game would just like completely shut down. It would hang on like trying to load the menu. It would get to like 97% was the number I kept seeing, and it would just break. But the other thing is, like, you click on a menu, you've got to wait 4 to 5 minutes because it's now streaming all of the assets and everything it needs for that menu. You go in, click on one, check something out, more loading. Back out, has to reload the previous menu because it's streamed. You go to start a flight, has to load all the assets. It takes a while. You come back 20 minutes later, it's still not done. Come back 10 minutes later, it's finally loaded. You click on something else, oh, game crashed. Now you got to do all that over again. Like, because someone was saying that they had played, Steam says they have 20.1 hours played, but the actual in-game flight time was only 3.75 hours. They over 80% of that game was either loading or waiting for something.
Yeah, if you did it that way, I mean, even like your RAM requirements would be absurd. They'd be so high because you'd have to hold all of the streamed assets in memory because there's no place for it to be on your hard disk at all. You can't let it go, or you're gonna run into more like you'd have to restream it all again. And what are the requirements for the game?
Recommended is a Ryzen 7 2700X or an i7 1070 or 10700, 32 gigabytes of RAM.
There it is.
A 2080 DX12, but 50 gigabytes of storage space. But here's the interesting thing is it also says additional notes, network speed of 50 megabits per second.
Oh man, and it's still 50 gigs of storage space?
Yeah, this game's huge.
Oh my gosh.
But there's also the issue is like you get in game and just some things just straight up won't load anyway. Like someone was complaining that like half of the airport was missing, most of the planes weren't complete. Like there was just holes in the terrain. Like it's not a good launch.
I like that it's a simulator. This is Microsoft Simulator, right? The flight simulator.
Yep. 2024 specifically.
Oh, okay. I like the idea that it's like a simulator, and then there's like when you're playing Gary's mod games and shit doesn't work, and it just shows like the asset not loaded or whatever.
The purple black checkerboard, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I just like the idea of seeing that in the clouds, like every so often you fly by one.
Or the big red arrow
simulation,
sign.
perfect immersion.
Immersion broken. And speaking of other things that are broken, Stalker 2, one of its big gameplay mechanics just flat out isn't working.
Okay.
Which one?
A-Life.
Hold on one second. So Stalker is not that just came out recently, right? The second one?
That came out this week.
That is not a franchise I don't know nothing about it. I don't know what kind of game it is. I did not realize it was like as hype as it was that the second one's coming out. You guys have both played it. Explain, I guess. Like I'm curious about the Stalker world.
I've played very little. Do you want to take?
Do you know anything about the series as a whole?
I know bits and pieces. I think you've played more than me, Tsun. Do you want to explain?
Yeah, I've dipped my toes in it too. But just real quick, what's the one that's the thing that's not working? Because it's possible I haven't even noticed yet.
A-Life.
Which is what?
It's basically the whole mechanic they're trying to do where things will happen to the world around you without the player's interaction. Like factions taking over each other, going to combat, going to war.
Okay. I see. I haven't even gotten into that at all yet. Like I've still been running around like the first town and dying a bunch because Stalker games are fucking brutal, dude.
Did you want to give us a little bit more information on how Stalker or normal, or at least the previous Stalker games have played?
I'll do my best because like it stays pretty true to the Stalker formula. Like that game is supposed to be, for the most part, like an immersive sim kind of FPS open world type deal where stalkers are like mercenaries basically. And so like,
a stalker is a thing.
Yeah, it's what the
I know nothing.
It's what the mercs of the zone are basically called. The zone being the Chernobyl exclusion zone where the game takes place, which is like, it's basically like what if Chernobyl went like full on like Fallout style post apocalypse, and they have it all walled off and there's mutants everywhere and stuff, and people go there to make a living and make money searching for artifacts that are caused by the anomalies and all that. And there's a lot to explain, but the gist of it is like, you're doing like a lot of what you're doing is, you do your main quest or your side quests. You can also get like little side jobs. You explore, find loot, Try not to fucking die. I don't remember if the first ones, because it's been so long. I don't remember. Did the first ones have, Miller, do you know, do they have eating and drinking and sleep needs?
They might have been options.
Because the second one has them by default.
Yep. Because there was definitely food and water. I just don't remember if they were tied to hunger and thirst mechanics. But if not, there's a huge modding scene for Stalker, and those were definitely included. That's why I can't remember 100% if it was vanilla. I
think the biggest one to bring, like the example, would be Gamma, right? Gamma's an overhaul. It's like one of the most well-known. Makes a game that's already brutal even more brutal. But yeah, I've already died like 5 or 6 times in like the several hours I played it. Everything is trying to kill you. Everyone dies really fast. Not so much mutants.
If you had to like put it next to another game, what game would it be? As in like, this is kind of in the same fashion, or is it all on its own as a survival FPS RPG?
It's weird because like it has the RPG tag, but there's not like leveling up or anything. Your power is kind of directly related to the gear you have.
It's kind of like the way I would kind of have to describe Stalker, from what I remember, is you take an extraction shooter, but instead of having you to extract, it's like you expand the like length of like an extraction shooter of like finding your stuff, gathering an inventory and everything, and you just keep going. I mean, in terms of like trying to find out locations and loot while achieving quest objectives and so forth, just trying to not die.
Yeah, everything you're doing is to further your own survival within the zone and also get further in to find more valuable things while also doing the story related stuff. Yeah. And like, you gotta know, like, it helps that you gotta quickly learn what each mutant and stuff and like anomaly does. Because people, I mean, they're gonna shoot at you and throw grenades and shit. Mutants have like psychic powers and all that.
Okay.
And stealth.
So you guys are liking the second one?
I'm enjoying it so far. I gotta play more of it.
I have not played any of it. It is on Game Pass.
Ooh.
So if anyone wants to play it, that's how I'd recommend, especially considering there are lots of performance issues from what I understand.
Yeah, I will say that whole thing of one of the main mechanics of it working, like the whole living world kind of mechanic not working right now, that's a bummer. I'm sure they'll work on fixing it as soon as possible. But I mean, again, I haven't really reached a point where I would have noticed that yet.
Yeah, because the reason it's like broken right now is there's like stuff like you'll clear out a factory or something of enemies, right? You'll walk out and then within 10-15 seconds, it'll spawn a bunch of enemies right behind you or directly in your face. Like, then you'll kill them, go to walk away. The next group has already spawned.
Oh, is that how it's not functioning properly? I thought you meant like it just doesn't work.
It doesn't work either, but like there's that problem right now too.
Okay. I haven't had that happen yet. I've had, maybe I have, because I cleared out a mutant at one point and then like 2 or 3 more walked in. And I just assumed that because they're like supposed to be in packs anyways, I just assumed it was others with the same pack. But I took them out and I was like, I don't know if there's more nearby, so I just ran away.
It kind of reminds me of if Metro was like a survival game. That's what Stalker 2 looks like to me.
That's actually, now you I couldn't think about them, but I have actually seen people, compare it a lot to like Metro.
Yeah, the thing with Stalker is like if you walk in the wrong spot, you'll just die.
Well, radiation anomalies, and it's the wrong kind of mutant.
Like just if you're not like scanning for like anomalies / those like radiation, you'll just die if you step in the wrong spot.
But you can have, in typical Russian fashion, if you have vodka, you can clear your radiation pretty quickly.
You know,
is that how that works?
Hold on. You know what I just realized? We played a Stalker clone of sorts.
Stylecraft?
Yep, Stylecraft. The fucking robot, or like the Minecraft the style. Like, do you remember that, Fliz? We played it for like a day or two.
Is that the game where I was screaming piss in the lobbies?
Yes.
It's just because I was so fucking bored I couldn't.
But I just want to hold on for a preface. Like, Stalkercraft is like, no offense to anyone likes the game. That game is like a much much more boring representation of Stalker.
Yeah.
Stalker is not that boring.
But it's definitely based on Stalker, but it was
Totally
far
Okay.
worse.
All right. I'm on board now. You got me. I get it.
If you want an example, in the tutorial alone, like just doing the first tutorial mission, I was attacked by one time a mutant that was like, okay, this thing just jumps at me and I killed it. Then there was another one that I didn't expect to encounter until way later in the game that's like a stealthy thing. Then I got jumped by bandits. Then I got attacked by a fucking one that kept throwing things like psychically at me with telekinetic powers. And I was like, dude, I'm not even out of the fucking tutorial yet. And things, I almost died 4 times. The mechanic that I haven't encountered yet, that doesn't work.
It definitely
Okay.
but tried and true, the original Stalker games were also very buggy.
Yeah, that's pretty par for the course.
Like they're kind of jank. So I'm not surprised this one is having issues, but I'm hoping they'll be able to fix it, because
I'm pretty confident they will.
It's also a Russian development team, and the development
I thought they were
behind
Ukrainian.
Is it Ukrainian? I
I thought they were Ukrainian. Yeah, some of the devs didn't live to see release.
Yep.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was dark.
No, I'm not kidding. They didn't.
I know.
That's
I know
not
you're
like, I'm
not
not making a
kidding.
joke
That's
or
why
like
it's
a
dark.
gaff like that.
I didn't say it was
That's
funny. I
true.
said it was dark.
But yeah, no, the game's had a fucking rough development period time, to say the least.
I think some of them actually died fighting. It's fucked up, man. That's why it's like even crazy to like think this game actually made it to release, considering like everything that's
More
going on.
props to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know the entire development studio is currently displaced. They're not actually in Ukraine anymore. They had to flee the country.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the developers was killed in action a couple of years ago, according to I don't have the source, but it's on GSC's, the developer's Wikipedia site right now.
I think that was it. One of the main founders, or don't remember exactly.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
That I do not know.
It's crazy to like look at with everything that's been happening, just like, you know, how that also, I guess you could say, played into the release. The fact that it even came out under all that is pretty nuts.
That is kind of crazy. The fact that you're even able to release this game, and also that people like it a lot too. Like just looking at it, it looks really good.
This might have to be your next GeForce Now experience.
It was actually going to be Dragon Age, is what the next one I was going to get. Was Dragon Age Veilguard. Yeah.
Oh, but people hate that. Don't play that.
Do that? I don't think they do.
I will
good and
defend
bad
it there.
parts.
It's not hated. It's more so like the debate over like wokeage style stuff and all that.
From what I've seen, the exact thing is inconsistent writing is the main problem. Where you have,
we talked about it.
Yeah, that seems to be but the game itself apparently is actually pretty good. So yeah, I was gonna give it a try.
Yeah, for a switch to an action RPG, apparently they did quite a good job.
But anyway, go on, Jacob. What else did you have today?
All right. To double back to Minecraft for a bit, Minecraft actually got pushed out of the top paid ad spot on mobile by Balatro, which, from what I was reading, like Minecraft has basically held the #1 point for like years. The only other exception, at least in the article I was reading, is that apparently it was pushed out by Plague Inc. during the pandemic. Was the only time it lost #1.
That is so weird, man. Like,
which is a little morbid, but I'm not.
That was me. That was me 100%.
You know what?
I played
to be
so many
fair-
hours of the Plague on my phone.
To be fair, I'm sorry, I'm calling you out, Miller. There was that Russian missile with Ukraine, and then you were playing ICBM escalation the night it happened.
Dude, that's how
After
I figured out
half-
about the ICBM being used in combat for the first time. Was literally because I went to check out, like, how is ICBM escalation? Hold on, what the fuck? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Russia launched the missile. It's like, okay, time to play this game.
Oh.
Oh my god, fuck.
But yeah, no. So those are the only times that, from what I understand, the past few years that Minecraft has been pushed out of the top paid ad spot on mobile.
I'm surprised they pay for ads, to be honest with you.
App. Excuse me.
Oh, app.
Like, it's the #1 app on
that's
mobile.
different. Yeah.
I thought you were saying ads. I was like, oh,
No.
that's I'm surprised they're paying for ads at this point.
I don't.
Does
think
that make it better or worse that Plague Inc. beat it during the pandemic? That it was like the most.
It was like number one grossing app during a certain time period in the pandemic, which is
fucked,
morbid, but also, I mean, I guess anything for marketing. These marketing strategies are getting wilder.
Not morbid, it's just thematic.
Well, also Plague Inc. is fucking dope.
It is.
Like that game
It is a
awesome.
good game, yeah.
I love that game.
No, it's a great game.
I don't think I there's one mode I can't beat. It's that fucking zombie virus type. I always get destroyed. Makes me sad. Anyways, continue.
Yeah. And then on an unrelated note, Sony is trying to buy Kadokawa. They are in talks to acquire it, which is kind of crazy. Like, and it's not. What were you saying?
That's a developer and everything for Elden Ring and Dark Souls, right?
Yeah.
So, not the developer. They own. Kadokawa owns 70% of From Software, and I think Sony Entertainment owns 12 or 14%. I think. But like, this isn't like Sony Entertainment or Sony Interactive Entertainment's or SIE. It's Sony, like the head, like the entire thing is trying to buy Kadokawa, because Kadokawa is a huge Japanese company that has a lot like to do. What they have, the whole Elden Ring thing.
Isn't it considered like a media powerhouse?
Yes, it's one of the largest like entertainment corporations in Japan, because they have like, they're valued at like I think 6 or 7 billion. I think it might be a few billion lower, but like the thing about valuation in like Japanese companies is they tend to be undervalued. Like, they're a more realistic market share compared to like with some American companies, which will be somewhat overvalued sometimes, from what I understand. But Kadokawa owns like a bunch of stuff in anime. They do a bunch of like merchandising for the shows that they get and everything. They have a ton of things under their like massive umbrella. So if like there's no confirmation one way or the other, just that Kadokawa has confirmed that yes, Sony has sent us a letter basically saying that they're in talks to acquire it.
So what does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know what they would
for
do.
the company, aside from maybe with a bigger backer.
I don't exactly know.
Maybe push out more stuff.
To narrow it in on basically just the gaming aspect, because the big thing is From Software here, is that like we might have another situation of like Bloodborne where like the IP is owned by Sony instead of by From Software or something like that, which is like the main reason we haven't gotten a Bloodborne remaster right now. It's because From Software doesn't own the rights, or Bandai doesn't. It's Sony, because of the funding they gave them to create Bloodborne.
So now Sony is buying that company, right?
They're attempting to. There's no confirmation whether or not it's going to go through yet, but there is always a chance that now From Software might be like platform limited, potentially.
And then they have to make Bloodborne again.
Bloodborne remastered, but it's just on PlayStation again.
No, I want to know, would that ever signify maybe any kind of Bloodborne 2 possibility?
We'll just get another one of their fucking... Maybe we'll get a Kingsfield game. Maybe.
I want Bloodborne 2!
On the PS6 exclusive.
The PS6.
PS6.
We've done it. We've cracked the code.
we figured it out. It works at Sony. The long con is almost
secret.
over. And then to cap us off with a little bit of amusing news. Apparently, I believe it was everyone involved was in France, but apparently someone had messaged on Twitter a big French like
He's a billionaire.
Yeah, no.
Big French
what is the
god.
company? I can't think of what the company was.
He's the founder of telecoms company Iliad.
Yes, telecom. So basically, but he had messaged them and he said, like, he called the billionaire out and he said, and Xavier Neal, I hate you. And I propose a 1v1 in front of the Idel on Rue Sainte in Marseille. And then apparently he got a response from the French billionaire who just took a selfie of himself outside of of whether he challenged him to the 1v1 and said, "I'm waiting."
Oh,
Because he apparently sent this message, or like he called the billionaire out because he was mad over lag on Call of Duty. And he kept like edging him on because he's like, "Come on, where are you? I'm here. Let's go." And the guy literally he chickened out because he's like, "I would like to, but I have a 42 degrees Celsius temperature plus stomachache plus headache. Sorry, I give up." Like,
wow.
But the billionaire showed up and was like ready to go. He's like, "Let's go. I'll take the 1v1."
Oh man, I would have subbed in. I don't even know what's going on. I would have subbed in. Let me fight him. So if he's a billionaire, he probably is like, yeah, but we're doing real guns and real. We're going to be wanting for real.
Get a face
I'll
back
play
to
like
back.
that.
Walk 10
Yep.
paces.
And then dump our clips.
Hey man, even the store chain Little themselves get in on the action too. They posted, "Please come and pick up the man who has been tweeting since this morning in front of the store on Rue Saint and Marseille."
But of course, the Call of Duty player had to chicken out as soon as he was confronted with 80 repercussions.
Man, that's sad. He should have done it. You only get like a once Eminem, one shot. Take it. Call of Duty versus a billionaire.
Call of Duty versus a billionaire. That man is repping all of Call of Duty.
I mean, why not? What does it matter? Nobody. Do people still take Call of Duty? Like, I want to say Modern Warfare 3, FaZe Clan and T Martin and all that stuff. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
It's still a thing.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah,
still
it is.
as big as it was then?
Yes.
It's way more. That's like, it's a legitimate company.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's weird. It is weird, but yeah, it is.
It's like an
just
esport
don't-
now with like employees and contracts and like it's this whole thing. Yeah.
That's crazy. I would have thought people would be tired of watching Call of Duty games.
Nope.
I think FaZe's
Nope,
headquarters
no,
is in
no.
California, isn't it?
That
Pretty
I don't
sure.
know. I don't follow it enough.
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
I
I think I
it's
saw
LA.
something on that like a while ago, but they got like a big old fancy house.
That's interesting because, like, when Modern Warfare 3 was big, or
Which one?
Black Ops 2, I don't remember the older one. You'll when I get there, you'll see. When it was out, it was either that or one of the Battlefields. You had to be playing one of the two on PlayStation or Xbox. Now there's infinity choices, right? But back then, that was pretty much it. Like, everybody was playing one of those two games. So I felt that scene was way bigger then, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically,
I mean,
for Xbox, the trifecta was you were either playing Battlefield, a Call of Duty, or a Halo. Like during specifically 360, and then through a chunk of the ones lifetime is from
Yeah.
what I remember.
to give you an idea, was like FaZe Clan as a company made apparently $58 million in 2023.
I feel like that's nothing. What do I know? I don't know. I mean, obviously it's still a thing. I just I wonder how much they pulled in PS3. Who knows? We're not looking it up. Anyway, I don't run in the Call of Duty circles. I don't.
No one runs in the Call of Duty circles.
Well, they're also known
That's
for
that's what I'm
Counter-Strike.
saying, man. Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. Where you say nobody runs in the call, that's how I feel. But apparently that's wrong. You know, whatever.
That wasn't exactly what I meant by that, but yeah, fair enough.
Well, yeah, okay. Maybe I need to do investigating to see what like the esports are. I would have thought like Valorant would be bigger and Apex would be bigger than Call of Duty right now. But I guess Warzone's big. All right.
I don't think I've
Maybe
actually
I'll-
ever
maybe.
seen a competitive game for a Call of Duty,
That's what I'm kind of getting at.
but
you know?
I know
'Cause
they're
it was
huge.
back then. It was okay.
Like even back then, like I've never seen one.
Okay. Maybe I'll have to explore in my free time.
No, I think no matter what, like it's all going to be lower than Dota and League of Legends.
Yeah. Yeah.
The kings of esports.
What about Heroes of the Storm, though?
What
They
about
had a
it?
league and everything.
That league killed it.
Yeah, they did kind of kill their own game.
It would have been fine probably if they didn't try that and fail miserably at it.
Well, I think it was trying to monetize esports so heavily to making you have to buy a team license for like $20 million or some absurd price to participate in the leagues. Maybe that was just Overwatch, but I know all that stuff fell apart at the same time.
You know, you actually remind me, I need to go back and look at Resurgence of the Storm. Do you remember when I talked about that?
No. What
It
is
is. It's a mod for StarCraft 2 that some developers are making that is just Heroes of the Storm. They're just remaking the entire game in StarCraft 2.
that? Yeah. But you
Apparently-
can still play the first one.
You can still,
Yeah.
Why? What?
An active
Yeah, they're
development.
Why?
remaking the entire game
Why though?
to eventually like recreate it and then continue development on it is kind of the idea of it. So yeah, that's just what they're doing. It looks really good, to be honest. I'm actually kind of surprised. It looks exactly like Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, no, the fucking StarCraft 2 editor was fucking wizardry back when it came out. Like, I remember people made like a side-scrolling shooter, like Metal Slug type game out of it. And I was like, how the fuck did you do this? But like, I'm not surprised that they could just remake the entire Heroes of the Storm game in that engine.
Kind of insane.
Yeah, do it again.
So I'm finished with my news. What do you got for us soon?
Couple things.
Mhm.
I found out. So I know we talked about it before. That that Nintendo, I guess the pirating guy. I found an article that talked more about like, so one of the main reasons they found him. I don't think we mentioned before. Like he actually, so the account that was tied to like all of his like information and stuff. He actually made like 2 official repair orders with Nintendo using that. And that was, was one of the main reasons they found out his address and then was able to connect everything else to him. Was because he made, because like this was attached to his home address. Yeah, he made 2 official repair orders, and then the cease and desist came 2 days after one of them. After
Wait,
like
what?
they sent it back.
What happened the first time? They just miss it. Everyone gets one.
I think the first I think that I don't know, like, because it just says after one of his items was sent back, they sent him a cease and desist. But yeah, the gist of that whole situation is that guy did not diversify his online identities enough, it seems. But he didn't really seem like he was that smart in the first place.
He just didn't care. I mean, it definitely sounds like he didn't really like. He never tried to cover his tracks or anything. He was openly taunting them.
That definitely makes me think he wasn't the smartest. If you actively taunt the company, you were doing illegal things to it.
And of course, we already know that they won that case anyways because he didn't show up to fucking court.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Did you forget that part?
I forgot. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I didn't really forget. I didn't put it all together. When you put all the little small, I guess they're not small, but when you put it all into one pile, the pile kind of looks shitty.
It's very big.
Oh, like his what? I think he kept everything under one username for the most part, and it was the username he used to moderate the Switch Pirates Reddit community, which he was pretty much at that point the sole moderator of. He was like, directing people, teaching them how to install the software and everything else under the one identity. So, and he connected it to his personal info. I just think the guy wasn't that smart. Guy was dumb, dude.
No, he's dumb and poor.
Yeah.
And maybe is he in prison? I don't remember if we got that far.
No, they still haven't said. There's no amount that he's being sued for yet. So I believe he is arrested though, or they're going to arrest him is what I assume. I haven't seen anything new on it. To be honest, we might not get anything new for a while, but I imagine they're going to financially destroy that person. He is so screwed.
I brought it up because I was like, oh, this is a little bit more information. I guess, a little bit of an update on that. because I don't know, it's kind of a funny thing to follow at this point. Just seeing someone being a little shit online and then getting reparations, getting consequences, I guess.
Yeah, it sounds like he deserved him.
Yeah, there was a word I wanted to use that I just can't remember what the fuck it was. Anyways, I'm not great with legal jargon, but according to some Japanese attorneys, there is a GTA mod from 8 years ago that could turn that whole Nintendo lawsuit against Palworld into Palworld's favor. Supposedly.
Ooh. Really?
Ooh.
Yeah, so I guess the way that what they're targeting with their patents is, I guess they're called divisional patents, which are child patents of bigger existing ones. And
Okay.
yeah, Nintendo and Pokemon Company, they jointly filed for these, and a lot of stuff's pointing to, like, an analyst described that it's likely that Nintendo like actually played Palworld and identified which of its systems could target like these patents. But one of the patents that they're going for was registered in December 2021. And I guess the GTA mod, which is designed to be a crossover between Pokemon and Rockstar, GTA 5, where you could just throw Pokeballs at things and capture them.
Oh, so I'm assuming they probably let that slide.
Yeah, because it was back in 2016 of August of 2016.
Because they didn't care. They didn't have the forethought. And so now there's legal precedence to say, hey, it was fine then, it's fine now.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Like they're saying that, if they recognize it as a precedent by the court, the Pokemon Company and Nintendo, it could be used in litigation. The litigation could be deemed invalid. That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't think that's gonna work.
I'm not a fan. Well, there's also other games that have done similar Pokemon things. Like Minecraft's, I think Minecraft had the whole Pokemon mod, and that was like 2013.
They do, but the reason why is because, like you said, there's no legal precedence. The only way that would work is if Nintendo sued the creator of the mods and it was found in court to be okay for them to do it, and Nintendo lost the case. Then that would be a legal precedence, right?
Is it the same way in Japan?
Well, that I don't know. I was trying to pursue it logically here. That would be like a legal precedence, but them not suing them over it doesn't mean that it's a legal precedence that they're okay with it. Just because, you can't possibly find and track down and sue every iteration of Pokemon mechanics in the world. Like, it's
hard.
It's not something that you could do. In fact, it argues the opposite, because Nintendo has gone after people that have made mods and try to profit off of mechanics that they have, tried to use Pokemon stuff for, like Pokemon Uranium and stuff. They have sued and sent cease and desist for those.
Yeah, there's also the fact that, patent rights are only valid in the country where they were granted. So, and
right.
this whole GTA thing would have been in the US. So they'd have to they'd have to bring up a similar case in the US too to combat that. I don't know. It again, I'm not great with I don't look into much lawyer stuff, but
it's all overcomplicated. But they are suing in US courts too, I'm pretty sure.
Are they?
They
Okay.
actually did file the patents in US courts. I just don't know if they were approved yet. It sounds like they weren't.
well, because the US is stricter when it comes to software related stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think any of it matters, because if I remember correctly, the amount that Nintendo is suing for is so arbitrary. I think it was like 60 grand.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not. I never actually had an actual number to put to it. That's not that much, all things
No,
considered.
they're suing for nothing. So I think it's more of a statement case than anything else.
Wait, Nintendo's suing Palworld for 60 grand?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%. This is like we were saying, legal precedence then. This isn't, they don't want money. They want to be able to say, we won a case where we owned a bunch of shit
Yeah.
and we can use that in the future. Yeah, because like, okay, yeah, this is all just, Palworld is just a stepping stone.
Pretty
That's
much.
crazy. I didn't realize it was for like no money.
Yeah.
I thought they were like going to run the company into the ground with how much they were like. I thought it was
I'm
millions.
starting to realize now. I don't think we ever actually had a number that they were being sued when
I
we
guess
talked about
not.
this before, and now I just realized.
It came out this month because that's when the court proceedings happened. We got to find out the exact patents that they were suing over, which was the whole, using a Pokeball to capture a monster,
Yeah.
and then have it under your control. But yeah, it ended up being, according to an article from PC Gamer, $66,000 in damages.
That's nothing compared to what Palworld has made. And like, I'm going through some of these designs for Palworld monsters.
Oh, yeah, no, they're
Like,
they're
these-
straight up like
These are just clip art Pokemon. Like, it's the same color, the same element, the same body shape. It's like these are,
Not copyright
I don't know if
infringement.
I have to say allegedly. These are like
Not copyright.
pretty bad.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's straight up some monsters in there.
Yeah, Palworld just said, "Give me it. It's mine." So I mean, and well, okay. What drives me crazy about it is it's like not hard. Like I'm looking at one. It's like this blue dog with clouds and horns. That looks exactly like the other blue dog with horns, and it's like you just had to make it like red, and they still chose to do the extremely similar option. You know what I'm saying? That's what's so weird to me about it. So that's why I kind of don't have sympathy for Palworld, right? Because you could have tried to make it just a different enough, and you didn't. You like taunted, and people just love taunting Nintendo.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing too. The money amount may not seem like a lot because to Palworld it isn't. The main thing though is the position Nintendo has put Palworld in is very dangerous because again, the whole legal precedence thing, sure. But if if Palworld says that, okay, you're right, here's your $66,000, they need to remove the mechanics from the game, right? Which also might be a problem to their product itself.
that's like one of the main mechanics.
Yeah, that's the main mechanic of the game. So now they have a decision to make of we have to restructure kind of a really core mechanic of how our game works or try to fight this lawsuit. And now you're talking about, potentially millions of dollars of fighting Nintendo lawyers.
I will say that particular mechanic seems to be the kind of patent that this whole article is on.
Mm-hmm. It
'cause-
is.
Yeah. And yeah, as it says, there is a possibility that the mod will be recognized as precedent by court. But yeah, who knows if they actually will or not.
So
Yeah, because like we've been saying, like you told me Nintendo doesn't sue unless they know they're gonna win.
yeah, they don't. And this is a huge, this is a almost a win-win situation for Nintendo.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're playing 5D chess over here. Like they know what they're doing. Palworld is looking like they're out of options.
Yes, they either have to redesign a core part of their game and set a legal precedence for Nintendo, or spend possibly millions of dollars fighting this lawsuit. And which it seems pretty clear, and most of the public agrees. Like, yeah, this is basically Pokemon.
I feel like most people are probably more surprised that it took this long, that it didn't just happen right away. Because it's not like subtle; it's pretty blatant.
Oh, just because Nintendo getting their ducks in a row and setting all those patents out, make sure they got everything.
True, yeah, just making sure, prepping up. Like we've been swinging up this whole time. Now it's time to let it rip.
Yeah, especially because what I didn't realize is how you could basically backtrack these lawsuits where you can file for a patent in another country and still invoke it after a product has already released that utilizes that patent. I didn't even know that was a thing, but apparently it is legally recognized as something you can do.
Yeah, patents are very weird.
Yeah. So, and they had the precedent to do it because Pokemon's been around for longer, so they could argue it. So yeah, they had all the time in the world. Like there was no need to rush anything because they don't lose anything. They just make their position stronger just by gathering information.
Very, very weird.
More
Like
legal
depends, man.
shenanigans.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
this is why
Always a fun
this is why I
thing.
always avoid like trying to read like the nitty gritty like jargon of any kind of law shit.
It's a
No, I mean we should try.
No, we
I
should,
mean,
we should, but like
Holy shit, my sound thing. This fucking neighbor's truck, I swear to God.
we can't hear it. I mean,
Oh man, it's like your ambulance.
you
My line has never been thicker.
could have gone from
There
you go.
You guys can't hear that?
But yeah, no, we definitely like it doesn't hurt to know more like legal jargon, but it's just like at first glance, it's like, ah, man, this is all just words. I don't want to fucking take time. It's all overcomplicated for no reason.
That it is. Do you have anything else?
Another thing I had was this is probably my last one, but like we've seen a lot of like layoffs over the last several months, right?
Oh no.
And
What happened
no,
now?
this isn't layoffs. This is
Oh.
the opposite. So
This
this
is
is Koei Tecmo apparently plans to go from 2,500 employees to 5,000 and lean further into AAA games, which because apparently there was worries in the past of them going towards the mobile market, but with this move, it's lowering the expectations of the mobile market to them shifting to just AAA games in general. And yeah, so they're doubling their workforce to do this.
Ooh, that's a gamble.
Yeah.
That's a gamble.
Dude, we might get a new Monster Rancher.
Was Monster Rancher
What
Koei
would be
Tecmo?
No, Monster Rancher, yeah.
I was gonna say like because Koei Tecmo is usually like Dynasty Warriors or the Atelier series.
I was more surprised. I didn't realize they had anywhere near that amount of employees when I read that.
I didn't know either, and I was like, okay, 2,500, but it's like now they're going to a 5,000, which is nuts. But yeah, it's just a neat little thing. There wasn't much else in the article really, it was just that.
Is there
It's
like
just
a
nice to have some good news.
Yeah, to see to be like we're making jobs instead of we're taking them away.
Maybe
Is there like a reason why? Did they say why they're doing this? 'Cause that's a huge.
Okay, yeah.
press-
In regards to like their plan or like their explanation, I guess to shareholders, the company expects console and PC markets to continue to grow more due to hardware releases and stuff. But I think what was their phrasing? I think the phrasing was that the mobile game market's kind of already mature and that significant growth is not likely to really be seen. So they want to kind of move towards more steadily producing AAA titles than just kind of flubbing around with the mobile market because pretty oversaturated.
yeah.
They own. You might like this, Strider. They own Team Ninja.
Yep.
And so you might get a new Neo game. Neo.
Yeah,
You like that stuff?
I mean, technically, just got a
Those are
newish
good
one, sort of.
Oh, never mind that.
Because
What
there's
one?
Neo 2, then Wulong, and then Rise of the Ronin. They're all very similar in play style, but with like iterating on the previous design.
Okay. Yeah. No, Fliz. Sorry. They are known for Monster Rancher as well.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
I was curious
I couldn't
what
remember
you'd
if they were or not. Sorry.
Nah,
Yeah, I was curious what you'd use today, like because you used to use CDs for Monster Rancher. I don't know what you'd use anymore.
random computer files.
Bring back the floppy disk.
It just reminds me of that one. There's like some like side-scrolling shooter game, but the thing with it is that all the enemies in the game are are just random files off your computer, and when you destroy
Oh
it,
my God.
the enemy in the game, it deletes that file.
I remember. I remember what
no.
you're talking about, but I don't remember what it's called.
But so like there's like a quote unquote challenge related to it is how long can you play it before it just kills your computer?
Before it kills you 32.
Because it can delete important files, so that will just like crash your computer when it does it. But nah, this Koei thing, you know what it really means? A new Dead or Alive beach volleyball game. And maybe they can actually make the fucking volleyball not trash.
Well, here. Like they got Atelier, they got Dead or Alive, Dynasty Warriors, Fatal Frame, Monster Rancher, Ninja Gaiden, like Neo. They got a decent lineup of.
Am I the only one who ever played Dead or Alive like as a game
For the fighting?
and not any of the volleyball shit?
I don't
Like,
think.
I played the fighter. I never played the like go to an island.
Well,
and
I mean, when was
dress
the
up
last
and
Dead or
stuff.
Alive fighting game?
Oh, this was I want to say Xbox 360. Either that or it was Xbox 360. That was the one I played.
There was a fighting game stream. I remember, like I think it might have been Maximilian and Dude what I was watching, and yeah, they were doing like it was Dead or Alive gameplay, and they were doing like crazy like Azuno drops off skyscrapers and stuff. And he's like, this is the Dead or Alive I missed. Like, where's this crazy shit? Now it's all volleyball and beaches.
I mean, that's for somebody. It's not for me, but it's for somebody.
Maybe.
I mean,
Maybe it's not for you. Who knows? Maybe you have another month locked away where you did not.
Maybe I'll have as much. I can't have less fun than I did with Colonel Sanders' dating sim.
No, I just
Like, this is a dating sim with volleyball. I could be about it. I could give it a shot.
just the idea that we don't know. Maybe you had another like month-long blackout where you just played with volleyball Dead or Alive.
This shit sucks.
Now that you say it, I'm just. You know what? I think I may have watched maybe a YouTuber play a little bit of one.
Start.
But I would never. You couldn't. When I don't have the balls to walk into a store and be like, one Dead or Alive beach volleyball, please. No, this is for completely. This is for gaming. Shut up.
It's
Just
for
put
my
it in the cart.
podcast.
This is for research purposes.
For academic purposes.
I'm writing a paper.
My God.
They did Stranger of Paradise too. You like that one, right?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
because Team Ninja did it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I completely forgot. Yeah, no. I need to go back and finish that. Good game.
Yeah, I want to play it more at some point because it's fun.
That's good. We actually got some fun news about people getting jobs.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, dude, this is actually like something that's not sad.
Yeah, we've had too much of that.
I know.
All right. Cool. Did we have any more information? You said that was your last bit.
Yeah, that's what I got. We'll see for now.
Did we have any more info on the Game Awards, or when does that happen?
Oh, right.
Game
Did we miss it?
Awards
I don't know.
happen the 12th is when, but the voting period is open. So you can go.
Oh, we can go vote.
You can go.
Well, I can go vote right now.
You can go vote for each category.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I'm
you just
doing it
you
right
bring that
now.
up reminds me like because I think I mentioned like there's been like a debate going on over that stuff now where people are saying like because the Elden Ring DLC is nominated for Game of the Year. And people are saying like there should be separate categories for DLCs or like expansions to games.
Yep.
Yeah,
'Cause-
dude, I don't know if I'd consider like that. Feels like a whole extra game.
And that's where part of the debate comes in too, right?
That I really feel it should have been moved to a category of like best expansion of the year, best DLC.
Yeah, because like I saw someone make a good point, like because you need to have a whole, you have to have you need to have the whole base game, which is already one game of the year and stuff, and all that. And there are other games that also kind of deserve the title, but they're being overshadowed by a DLC.
I think Balatro should win. I didn't even know it was going to be like in the runner-up when I talked about it last week.
Yeah, it's in there, isn't it?
I was pretty happy. Yeah, it's right. It's the second. I mean, because it's alphabetical, but it's the second choice.
You know what's funny is we talked about it that night, and I was like, because I looked at it and originally I was like, I don't know shit about like poker.
You don't need to.
And then, when you mentioned that, I went and I checked it out, and I've been playing it, and I'm like, oh, and now I understand what poker hands are and stuff.
Yeah, you just need to know. Yeah, no, it's the fastest way to learn poker ever because you just burn through it. I love Balatro. I think Balatro. I wish it was. I wish it was a little more. I don't know. I wish there was more things to. I mean, it's still new, so.
He's getting updates all the time too.
It is, yeah. But it works, man. That's been a great mobile game to have. It's really hard later on. Like the first few decks are fine, then you start trying to get through some of the bigger stakes. And I think I'm on like the second to last stake. And you have to get those, you have to have all the other modifiers on. And it's I know my hand is dead. My game is dead within like the first two hands.
There's certain runs where I'm just like, I'm fuck this run.
Like end game stakes are literally just RNG, whether or not you can even start them.
Yep. 100%. Yeah. Because you'll look at like what your first blinds are and you're like, nope, can't do nothing with this. Restart.
It's also like super dependent on what you get in your first two shops. Like which jokers.
Yep. You, I know you loved Astrobot, and I've not heard a single bad word about Astrobot.
You say that same. I actually haven't heard anything bad either. I haven't really heard anything myself, but it's just what I have heard has been positive.
It's not winning game of the year. I guarantee that.
No, I think it's because it's Black Myth Wukong was an exclusive too, right?
What?
No.
Okay, are you okay? Maybe I'm crazy.
They couldn't release it on Xbox because of the Series S was what you might be thinking of for Black Myth.
That is what I was thinking of. Okay. Sorry, it just looked like a bunch of Sony games, like a bunch of Sony type stuff was up here.
I think Sony actually has the most nominations.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at in my brain.
Yeah.
It didn't quite come out properly, but that's where I was going.
Didn't translate the words.
I think Strider wants Elden Ring to win, yeah.
No, because it doesn't deserve to be game of the year because it's not a fucking new game.
Oh, okay. You know what? I kind of see it. But then again, Final Fantasy VII is not a new game either.
So in Seven's defense, spoilers, it is a sequel to the original.
How?
I don't know. It just is. That's what people keep saying. Is that like it takes place after the original in some fashion.
But it has all the same. Okay. Damn it.
Well, here's the thing.
Don't tell me I have to play this $150 game.
Eventually. I'm waiting for the third one. But from what I understand, it's apparently a sequel to the original game.
Nice.
And like that was apparent back even in the first one. In the first remake.
Part one
of 70,000.
Game big.
But like remakes, I can understand being game of the year because sometimes they are changed more or they're a different experience comparatively.
Yeah.
In some fashion, depending on exactly how the remake is done. I don't know.
I think Black Myth Wukong is going to get it, to be honest.
I would assume it's either Elden Ring or Black Myth for game of the year. I think Black Myth should win it of the games up here. Just like what I think is probably going to happen is probably Black Myth.
Did you guys know Multiverses is in the best fighting game?
Is it?
At least if it's not fucking Sifu. Like it fucking won the year, got nominated, which pissed everyone off. Also, yeah, Sparking Zero is going to win that.
That's kind of sad. I don't know why. I can't give you a good reason. It just I think it honestly out of all these it should go to Tekken 8, even though I don't play that game. I know it's huge.
Weird that Multiverses is up there.
At least Grand Blue's up there.
Grand Blue with it. I loved Grand Blue, but I think it's done for, you know.
Oh, it's still going. It's still doing better than its fucking original launch.
Is it? Oh, okay. Maybe I might have to pick that up again. I really like Lil Wayne. Making people mad. I'm about it.
making streamers quit for the night.
I'm gonna put that on my tombstone. I made a fighting game streamer quit.
will always laugh at you going, I'll play one more as Cag to see if I like this character or not. It was fucking Maximilian Dude. And I was like, hey, dude, you're in front of 9,000 people. Good luck.
Yeah. I don't remember.
It was like 5:30 in the morning my time, and you went, I'll play, because you were trying out a few characters because you're trying to find someone to move away, and you went like, I'll try one more game as Cag, and then I'm like, you ended up finding Maximilian Dude on when he was playing Siegfried. I'm like, hey dude, you're in front of like 9,000 people. Good luck.
Hey, at least
I'm sure I won.
At least that's not like the Street Fighter debacle where you fought
I don't know which
DSP.
one. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was nothing. That was like the last day I ever played Street Fighter 2. I did not really want to play that game anymore.
You've never played Street Fighter again once you lost the Dark Side Phil.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
He stole your
I mean,
gaming spirit.
Well, because they had just come out with Rashid, and like I didn't know anything about him, and he was just throwing shit all over the screen. I already wasn't having fun with the game, and then not only did I lose to a new character, it was a new character being played by DSP. And I went, oh, I think I'm done here.
A lot of
I'm gonna
factors
go back
adding
to
up.
Guilty Gear. Yeah. Well, anything else you guys want to do? Or are we good?
I think the anticipated games is kind of stacked. Like I look at the ones that are nominated now, I'm like, oh, that's kind of nice. But the anticipated games, all of those I'm kind of excited for.
I'm also
I don't know.
the thing with like most anticipated games is like I wonder if any of that's going to change after the Game Awards,
Maybe.
because there probably will be a lot of big names. I would have to assume.
I only really want to play one of these. I could not care about the rest of them.
I knew you wanted to play GTA 6.
Not even a little bit.
No, it's Death Stranding 2. That's the one.
How was
I
your Death
couldn't-
Stranding adventure,
It's
Ben?
done. It died before I never started it up again because it was a lot, and I don't have the time to be walking around. I just don't. I like it. I think the world is great. I wish I could get hyped for the second one, but there's no way I'm going to beat the first one. Never. There's nothing I could do. I couldn't get through that many cutscenes to walk. It's not working for me. I can't do it. I don't have the attention span.
At least you got God of War.
Yeah, I just got to download it instead of going to play Nuketown again.
I believe in you.
No, we'll get there. I'm gonna try. I guess we'll call it though.
Yep.
Yeah, you good with that?
Yeah,
Seems like it.
I think we good.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for listening. It's been a pleasure having you. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here and doing all that you do. If you have any questions or comments or concerns even, please go ahead and hit us up at giantenrycrabpod@gmail.com, or feel free to leave a like or a comment or any kind of interaction is fine. No, don't like report us. That's not cool. But like other stuff, yeah, that's cool.
Hey guys, we're getting traction. How can you tell? We just got banned.
Only positive
Beautiful.
feedback.
Hey man, all publicity is good publicity. I heard that on something somewhere.
Snapplecap.
I'm sure it's true. Yep, got it from a Snapplecap. All right, we're done. We're out of here. Goodbye.
Bye.
Fucking Snapplecap.